Alright guys, should be live, should be ready to go for this week 4 match. In the Challengers League, it's the Behemoth division. So Domantas versus ChungWu. The players are just about ready to go. The first map has already been locked in by ChungWu as Tundra. So should be fun game. I'm kind of interested to see what gods these players will end up choosing. I know ChungWu's been playing a decent amount of Zeus. Domantas usually goes with like Hades, but Zeus v Hades isn't necessarily a great matchup for the Hades. So we'll see. And maybe if this being Tundra, maybe ChungWu or somebody will be going with a little bit of Norse or something. But anyway, let us get off of our overlay. We will get into the game screen. We should be ready in just a few moments. In fact, actually, what we can do while we're waiting, just for these guys to start, is got to go over the two players. So Domantas normally plays team games. He's pretty good. Also pretty decent at 1v1. I think maybe not quite as good 1v1 as he is team game, but pretty solid. I would pick him as being in the top 4 for his league for sure. I think he'll end up with that. ChungWu is a guy I never really heard of until the tournament, and then he signed up, and I'm looking at his profile, and I'm like, well, you know what? Let's throw him in. And so far, he's been happy to play, but has not gotten any series wins. He did notch one individual win against J4. Otherwise, he's 0-3. Domantas is 2-1. He lost to Egret. The funny thing though, and I was looking at ChungWu in the games that he's played, and I'm gonna pull up the Excel sheet for the division. So if you don't want spoilers, it's gonna have results for both the Kraken and the Behemoth division. So close your eyes, close your ears, or whatever. But I was looking at. Oh, great! I closed. No, here it is. I was looking at the division here, and looking at poor ChungWu. I'm just trying to keep. There we go. Poor ChungWu over here. He has played Hagrid, who is currently 3rd in the division. He's played Mage, who's 2nd in the division. He's played J4, 1st in the division. And now he plays Domantas, who's 4th in the division. So poor ChungWu, I think, is opening up the season playing against what will maybe end up being the top 4 in the division. So that's pretty rough for him. That's tough. Start off like that and just be facing, at least for now, what are the best players in the league. Now, obviously, things can change. We're in week 4, so we're just about halfway through. A little bit more than half. Well, week 4 would be halfway through. A little bit more than halfway through, so it might change a little bit. But yeah, poor ChungWu is facing off against the top players in the division, and they're kind of roughing him up so far. Domantas, on the other hand, he played SNP in the first week, won 2-0. Pretty handily won those games, and then 2-1, one very narrow series against Devil Red Viper, also known as Nolgath, and then week 3 lost 2-1 to Hagrid on that was a really nice best of 3. I was able to get most of those games watched live, and well, it was a nice series between Hagrid and Domantas. And yeah, we are just waiting. So, waiting. Lucky Bam, hello. Pegman, hello. I think I already said hello to Naz. But yeah, should be starting up momentarily. I believe ChungWu is on the phone. Maybe talking to his coach, getting some last minute tips. My phone didn't ring, so he's not calling the right guy. Yeah, so I think we've got just a few minutes here while we're waiting. So I think these Challengers League, which if you're not familiar, these are like the lower divisions of the tournament or the league. I think these Challenger Leagues are going to be pretty competitive as far as top 4 and bottom 4. There's a lot of evenly matched players in both of these divisions, and it's going to be interesting to see. The top 4 will end up playing for promotions at the end of the season, and it's going to be hard to say who some of the top 4 will be. I mean, J4, he's pretty much a lock. Mage would only have to win one more match, And Mage has got Hagrid. That could be tough. He's got Double Red Viper. That could be tough. And who's his next one? Domantas he also has to play. In fact, this is not week 4. I have week 4 in the title. This is actually the flex week. So I need to change that. Well, whatever. Whatever. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll. No, he's ready. We'll change it later. May need to pause 1 to 2 minutes next hour. That's okay. Well, it kind of will have to be. I think we're about ready to go. He's clicked in. Now we're waiting for Domantas. See if he used his phone a friend helpline here, or if he's ready to go. All right, here we go. We're starting. All right, no more delay. Game number 1. This is a best of 3 on Tundra. Hades v Zeus. It is Hades versus Zeus on Tundra. So down on the bottom left is the Hades player, Domantas. He mains Hades. He has a pretty mean Hades. He does really well. On the top right is ChungWu in the red color, and he's Zeus. So I did mention, I feel like Zeus has the advantage in this matchup. Really tough for Hades to compete against early centaurs. Which, with this being ChungWu's home map, would have thought maybe if he's going to go with centaurs, or maybe do something a little bit lower hunt, that would make the centaurs even more value. The summary of ChungWu? Well, I honestly had never heard of the guy before we started the tournament. He signed up, and I looked at his profile, and like, well, you know what? He looks like he'll be active and play his games, and so far he's done that. Beyond that, I don't know a whole lot around him. So I don't know if he's a newer player or just a guy who's just kind of played and never really played in a tournament before. But it's always fun to see new players sign up, and even though it's been a rough start of the season for him, 0-3, though he has, as I mentioned earlier, played against the top 3 in his division, and now he's playing the fourth player. But it's always nice to see these new players, and hopefully he can notch a few wins, in its first tournament action, and then have a little bit better of a tournament or league next year. But yeah, Zeus v Hades, it's a fun matchup. What kind of relic we got here? Ooh. The Cathar of Apollo, plus 10% villager movement speed. That's a nice relic. And the other one, the Nose of the Sphinx, plus 15% building hit points. That's also a good relic. And man, if the Hades gets this relic along with the Hades natural building bonus, is disgusting how hard it is to kill those buildings. Hello, Yuri. Good to have all of you guys on board for what will hopefully be a nice little best of 3. But ChungWu has a little bit of decisions to make. I would think he'll go Hermes for centaurs, because it's really hard to compete against centaurs as Hades, because the problem is when you attack as the Zeus and the Hades makes his heroes to defend, you bolt the Chiron, and then the other 2 centaurs can just run circles around Ajax, and he's almost kind of useless. So you get that early initial push, and we do see Domantas kind of valuing that, and how he was going to send villagers forward to here, and he changed his mind. So a little bit of idle time. I think he's going to come down here in these Aurochs instead. Yes, so I agree with that. You probably would not have been able to hunt on these for too super long. I mean, there is always the argument you like to take your forward hunt first and then fall back to your back hunt once Archaic Age hits. And the Aurochs ended up dying in the worst spot here. It's little things like this that actually do create quite a bit of difference early on, because he could have lured him to die right here for perfect dropping. And this is not very efficient. I mean, you can just kind of watch here how much walking time. Like, look at this lady. She's all confused. And that's a lot of wasted resources just for something as small as like that. Where if you get it killed right here, you can notch them all in between. And it's just a lot of walking. I mean, some of these guys might as well almost just be idle the way they're having to walk around and everything. It is a lot of vills. 10 on 1 is a little bit too many anyway. Let's take a look. We are Hermes. We do have some very early walling. You can see he's really wanting to get this town center because it protects a gold mine. But is there a hole here? Oh, no, there isn't. There's one tree that's blocking that hole. So there is no hole. And you can see that ChungWu wanted to check, and there is no hole. For review of the wall, if he's going to wall off because he's afraid of the centaurs, really in this case, he should have made his hero first, he being ChungWu, to stop walling. Because Domantas might be able to finish all of these walls off before these centaurs come in. And he's trying to maybe Alt-S his scout here. And he should Alt-S. No, don't move him. Just Alt-S right on top. Alt-S is defense mode. This is really good. If you can stick it on the most annoying scout ever. Oh, man. This scout is giving up his life. Oh, no. He should have just given it up. Okay. All right. Alright, see, but he's not going to get this wall finished now because of the scout. Very high value scout there, and the wall does not get finished. What a scout. He's the champion of this match so far. And the centaur should just be staying here. No, 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 no. Don't be running. You need to get in. You need to get in. And what he can really find, I think he's checking this town center. The Minotaur coming up to get wax. I think the bolt will come in on Chiron here. At least it should come in. And the centaur should have stayed up here. Should have stayed up here. The bolt on the Chiron. You're missing out. Sooner you bolt, the better. And yeah, he could have done so much damage with the centaur. He still might though. I don't think these walls will get up yet. So, but where's the centaur Polynarch upgrade? Okay, it's coming. A little bit slow, maybe. And doesn't quite kill that other Vil, but we can see that Domantas is completely pushed in now. And the bad thing about doing all of these walls and then missing out on this one part here is that basically all the rest of these walls are just worthless. I mean, these don't do anything now, and it's just a ton of wasted resources as long as he can stay in here. Odysseus needs to be up here though, and you need to watch out for the centaurs. No, no, gotta get him out of there. One more shot gets it. Oh, it's not good to lose that. Not good, and we almost would like to see some Hippocon coming in sooner. Gotta watch out. We could maybe just at this point kill a bunch of Billies. Watch out for your centaur though. Run him, run him. There you go. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. I mean, these aren't the super top-of-the-line players, but so far ChungWu's been doing pretty well. I like what I've seen. This is good. And should be able to maybe pick off another Villy here. Chiron is getting a little bit path blocked around this town center. And one Vil down. We've seen 2 Vils down. Now with probably 3 and 4. No, he's making a wall. He's going to run out through the wall. Do we have any more? We have another centaur, but now this wall is finished. So at this point, yeah, ChungWu's grabbing a town center. And we'll try to get on. Oh, one more shot on this Villy. Did he notice? Did he notice? He did. He did. Here comes the centaur back in to finish it. Oh, this one that ran off got massacred by the wolves. I love it. Oh, man. Get your attack on the Villy. Oh, missed. Get it. Get it. Okay. Nice. Nice pressure by ChungWu here. Very nice. And will he get one more Vil dead? Oh, Odysseus missed, and then he retasks. So, okay. So he is an extended edition, a Russian guy. Okay, all right. A little bit more about him, but so you've got Odysseus down. You've got the hero. The 2 heroes are down, and a couple centaur. That is a lot of resources that ChungWu put into this, but really super high value. And now he just should replenish his centaurs. Does need some Hippocon though, and he should be able to run the map and check everything out. And he's coming down here, maybe worried about this town center again. I think, ooh, he's gonna run right into the heroes though and take a lot of damage on his centaurs, so that's not good. You gotta run him out. Domantas has a ton, his eco is completely off. Way off right now. These Centaur looking at killing some Vills. Probably just run past. You're really not getting any value now. So he does have this scouted that there's 3 town centers. ChungWu kind of has decisions to make. Does he go 3 town centers as well? Does he stay 2 and just keep up the aggression? I'd kind of like to see him start pushing on some of the hunt here. I mean, you got 2 more Aurochs that Domantas can have. Yeah, 900 wood. But other than this, it's going to be hard for... Oh, there is an Aurochs down here. This could be walled off, and then you have more Aurochs here. But should be able to prevent this because of how close it is to the walls, and maybe pick off this Villi if he notices that it's almost dead. Get it, get it. Yeah. Alright, nice. Here come the Hippocon. So just pressuring another Vil dead. Is he grabbing a 3rd town center? No. I wonder if we're just going to have him go age 3. Just do a push that way. Might be a good idea. This is a lot on right here. And Domantas is now making stables. Get enough Centaur though, and they really do well against Hippocon. He should be spreading the damage out. These Centaurs should be targeting the other walls, and they'd share HP and then all die at the same time. Instead, he's just killing this one segment. So now that the Sentinels have been used up here, that should tell ChungWu that the pressure here, you won't really be able to do a whole lot more up here. So, and it looks like he realizes that, and he's coming down on the bottom. That'll be good too. The other thing is the mobility that you get from this army. Would like to maybe split off the 2 heroes, but I guess he's maybe worried about ChungWu or Domantas' heroes. Oh, and he's gonna get this relic, faster Villies. He's gonna come down here, maybe not kill any, but we'll probably make them all idle, in which case you just kind of run back and forth here. You show up over here, then when they all pop out, you come back, and then you should be able to just keep them all idle there for a while. So it needs to come back. Could maybe almost lure this Aurochs down here and kill it, and then ChungWu wouldn't be able, or Domantas wouldn't be able to eat it. That's what I would do. I would have lured this Aurochs with the army and killed it down here. It's the little things. It's the little things in life. And we've got a counter raid. Even though ChungWu is kind of running the map, he's gonna lose 5 Vils here. I hope he doesn't ceasefire, because that would not be good. Ceasefire is worth a lot more than 5 Vils. But once you get map control like this, really should wall off everything so that we don't have something like that happening. And he forces these idle again. Let's push through the gate here, and these Villies are going. Oh wow. Okay, I guess the Vils are wanting to fight the Centaur here. I mean, none of them died, but that's a lot of idle time. Who is this ChungWu? It sounds like he is an extended edition player. About 1750 on Voobly. Oh man, there's a lot of low HP Vils there. And here come the heroes for a raid. Will this wall get up in time? Checking the town center. ChungWu is going to be aging up, but he's a little bit off kilter with his economy. He's also losing a lot of Centaurs here. Ooh, he's almost dead too. Just Odysseus could 2-shot him and he's gone. There we go. 3-shot him, I lied. Okay, 3-shot. Now the Centaurs can come down here. Target the Vils, so I think Domantas would notice. We'll raid here, killing the towers like this, losing all of his units just to kill towers. Not a big deal. It's really his army should be down here, making these Villies all idle. But I believe he's aging up. No. Looking at it, he's housed. He's only at 109 of 110 pop. And Domantas is going to be catching up, because he's at 3 town centers. First line of everything, along with the Cathar of Apollo. So ChungWu, with his slow age up time, really could have grabbed this town center and almost aged up at when he is aging up currently anyway. Would like to, get some more Vil kills. These guys just kind of standing there waiting to get killed. But come down on this town center. There's nothing down here. Really, you can just sit under here and just take the town center fire. which might be what he's gonna do here. I mean, you kill. So what if you lose a few units? If you're making all of them idle, it's not a big deal. And are we gonna get him to age up? Should be aging now. Yeah, age up. Age 3 Apollo, 15%. Should maybe move these villas down here. Got a little idle gold. Upgrade the towers. And now we got the centaurs just poking away at the Hippocon. Another centaur coming. Be more aggressive. I think he's running back to defend this. And oh, he did not move. Did not move his vills. So I think we're maybe seeing just a little bit less experience here. This army should not have come back to defend because they're going to come all the way up here. Domantas is just going to run away, and basically this entire army did serve no purpose. Whereas instead he could have been down here forcing all of these idle, but he didn't. He came up here, and by then Domantas knew they were coming, ran off, so they really did nothing. And now Domantas is going to come down probably here and raid, and ChungWu is going to start wishing he had walled off the entirety of the map, because there's going to be another big raid here. These vills could probably run through here. He notices. I don't think he. Yeah, all those are going to die, and now he's forced to use a ceasefire because his army is out of position. So yeah, ChungWu is. Domantas is going to start flipping the score pretty quickly. We see ChungWu has a ton of resources in the bank, getting medium infantry and probably making a market. Yes, still no town center. He's going to be aging up with Hephaestus, I would assume. Hephaestus coming? Hephaestus. Right, there he is. But would like to get, I think almost Domantas would win this fight now. So ChungWu is going to have to fall back. He needs to get his town center, because he's fighting at pop disadvantage. And with the Mana Core, that might kind of switch things up here. But yeah, hey, ChungWu had some opportunities to do a little bit more. Domantas, though, did a really good job. Look at this poor guy. He's just taking all the specials. And now we're going to have a big fight here. Do we have a medium Hippocon coming? Heavy cavalry, and we can see that ChungWu is going to be switching over to infantry. Grabbing his third town center, would like to see him build another market up here. See him walling off. Only the first line upgrades except for gold. There is the second line for the wood for Domantas. And now we have this pressure here through this. We've got the heavy Hippocon should be coming soon. And ChungWu will probably have to be forced back. He does not want to quite fight yet. And he's getting his heavy infantry, so that'll help out. I think he'll win as long as his units don't all just fight the heroes here, which, yeah, okay. Now we're seeing a pretty big fight here. There is a restoration still. I think restoration should probably be used for Domantas here. There it is. He's going to use it, and he's going to win this fight, and that's going to push ChungWu back. Because ChungWu only has 2 military academies, and I don't think this fortress is going to come up, and now he needs to use Plenty Vault right away. Resources wasted. And ChungWu doesn't have enough military academies to defend this right now. So he's losing a lot of villagers and really can't afford it because he's not at full pop, and he still has not used his Plenty Vault. And we might have... Okay, we've almost got Domantas up as well, and Domantas in a really good position now. Poor dude. Captured. Trapped. Oh, let him out. Coming down here, another raid on these villies, and these Hippocon, now that they're heavy, will do a ton of damage. And this could be a pretty quick turn of events for ChungWu. Here we can see Domantas is in a really good position. He's got fortified town centers. He's got a raid up here. Really well played mid-game for Domantas. ChungWu will probably eventually push this fight off, but at the expense of economy. We see Domantas taking control of the middle. ChungWu has not noticed this raid, losing a ton of Villies down here. Just all of them, and he's going to call it GG. It was really good, well played by Domantas there. The early pressure was really good by ChungWu, but he kind of just, in a way, lost his way after that medium, or after that middle. And Domantas is saying that that he should not have lost after the start, because it was a really good start for ChungWu, but it just not good enough of a plan beyond that. He went for like a semi-quick heroic, but the semi-quick heroic wasn't quick at all. In which case he might as well have just grabbed a third town center, because we could see with the early raids he was kind of way ahead. But then with only being at 2 town centers, he eventually fell behind. We had a couple raids, and then he's just way behind there at the end of the game. Up all game and economy, courtesy of being able to hunt all through the map. But just well done by Domantas to kind of slowly creep his way back into the game there. And that is a Game 1 win for Domantas. And I have dropped a ton of games. 8.8% frames have been dropped. Nobody's complained, but we dropping some frames here. Well, whatever. We will go full speed ahead. Yeah, Hades is really tough to play. It was well done by Domantas. Well done. As we will move into game number 2, which is Domantas home map. We can see Oasis is already on the board. So it looks like it'll be Oasis, which really, you're going Zeus into Hades, it's almost just as good of a map. A little bit easier to wall off though, as the Hades player. So we got that going for him. We'll turn off the torrent. It might be, I don't know, sometimes my internet is goofy. Yeah, he definitely, you're right, Laz. He should have gotten a third town center with as slow as his heroic was. I think his goal was the 2 town center and a quickly jump up to mythic, but he kind of jacked up his build a little bit. He forgot his armory, it looked like, and then that slowed him down maybe a couple minutes, to the point where he might as well have just grabbed that third town center once he got that initial ball of Hippocon and Centaur. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's easy to watch. From our home map, we have Domantas down in the bottom right. The blue color, Hades. We've got ChungWu again in Zeus on the top. Has managed to find his initial zebra. Looks like there's just 2. Myth unit train time. Look at that relic. That'll get those centaurs out sooner. It looks like the starting 0 will probably be up here. So only 2 starting zebra. And don't want to chop that third one out. He might want to use his scout to kind of bump that zebra back to his granary. Nice little berry placement though, ChungWu. Then he can jump right over to here. I don't like the scout pathing here, running across the town center. He should have just come down here, come through, and then wrapped up here. It's always important to get as many goats as you can. And Domantas is vetoing, using his veto. Okay, well, in the end, that doesn't matter. So, vetoed, we will start again. All players are allowed a veto within the first minute. Boy, was that past a minute? Pretty close. But, same map, same gods. So just maybe he's probably hoping for a little bit higher hunt amount than what we had there, is my guess. And also it was the fact that it did take a while to find his zebra. So that was just a false start. We'll go again. And now we got ChungWu to confuse me, is on the bottom left and is going to look for his zebra. We've got Domantas on the berry as well. So it is the far spawning zebra again, it looks like. Decisions to be made. Do you decisions. Do we get the granary in the base? Will we have ChungWu vetoing when he can't find his starting hunt? Well, so far neither player has found it. More berries here. Ooh, ChungWu really holding on to not making that first granary. I think at this point, you might as well. There they are. Oh no, now he's making it right as he finds the zebra. Oh, yes, deleted. He probably loses like 15 wood there. Oh, this Billy's got 5 food too that she's gonna lose. Oh, that's too bad. Didn't quite notice quick enough. But now what are we looking at? Goats. Oh, a 5 giraffe spawn. That's healthy. And Domantas has also found his giraffe spawn. Looks like his starting zebra will be up here. Yep, there they are. So this is a much higher hunt. Oasis, at least so far, than what we saw last game, for sure. So I would like to see ChungWu this time for sure make his hero in Archaic Age and come forward. As we're looking at the Bridle of Pegasus, at the free Pegasus you get, but the big one, Undercloud Shawl, or Pierce Armor. That's a nice one. It is a nice relic, and even the free Scout actually isn't that bad either. To have a free Pegasus to float around. Let's take a look and see. Am I still dropping frames? Some. Oh well. Hopefully it's not too bad. Really haven't anybody complained, so we'll be all right. And killing this other giraffe. I guess he's splitting up all these villies here. Animals do decay. It's a pretty slow decay rate, so in a way it doesn't really matter. We have ChungWu, nice placement with his hunt. It's all in the same spot. So actually ChungWu's got a pretty nice map, the way the resources have laid out for him. So you can go from this hunt pack to the berries. So that should be nice for him. And then this is pretty easily walled off right here. So yeah, he can wall that off pretty well. Easily, no big deal. But Domantas does have his nice berries right next to these zebra. And then you do have the monkeys, but they're kind of so annoying how much hit points and pierce armor they have. They're kind of hard to kill. Looking at gold mines. This is Domantas' second gold mine. Not in the greatest of spots. It can't be protected by a town center. So that you can maybe see a bit of a gold starve potentially when this gold mine runs out. With Hades and Sentinels, this gold mine should be fine. Would love to see the hero come out on this hunt, push him off, try to do some damage early on. I like the hero first before you age, because then the hero can chunk down some villagers that your first centaur can just run in and just one shot, hopefully. Looking at goat counts, we've got 6, 7 for ChungWu. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6 if this one makes it. So pretty even goat counts. We do have Domantas walling all of this off. That's good. So it looks like you'll be going for this town center, which is probably better than the bottom one because the walling up here gives access to these berries. Maybe like to see him put it a little bit further forward because the centaurs can shoot over these walls here. Are we seeing the... Oh, no hero out before he ages. If he's an EE player, he might not realize that heroes do a lot of damage in Archaic Age on Voobly. EE kind of nerfed it so that the heroes are basically useless in Age 1. So maybe that's why he's playing it like that. But yeah, you could come forward on here and have your hero showing up right around almost now and forcing these vills all idle. And as much food as you can force them off of, that's definitely worth it. And ChungWu is going to have a much harder time getting in this time. But you can see what I mentioned is that a lot easier to wall off on Oasis than like an open map like Tundra. So Domantas will probably just be able to safely grab his second town center and do what he needs to do, to the point where we have an early stable. We're gonna go with the early centaurs, but it's gonna be unlikely that he's going to be able to push through on anything here. Pretty tough to do that, so he's almost maybe spending resources that won't really give him any value. He has 11 goats to just 5. That's a pretty big deal, actually. That is a big deal. Checking this town center, realizing that Domantas has abandoned this part, so now he knows that Domantas is grabbing that town center. I can't check Fog of War to know how much of the map. Oh, ChungWu, this Minotaur gonna come in. He has, oh, his heroes are both gone too. Oh, the Minotaur will be able to do a little bit of damage here. And bolted. Okay, alright, use the bolt. No big deal. But that does allow Chiron to live. So it looks like because Domantas was able to wall up, he didn't actually make Chiron right away. So ChungWu should be grabbing a town center. Definitely this one. It gets the access to the berries. And yeah, this is going to be a kind of a replica of the first game, just with not as much pressure put on by ChungWu. And the Hippocon here is stuck by the Vills. I think the Hippocon can't get out. Maybe he's stuck. In which case that sucks. Very slow to get the town center though. Like ChungWu should definitely be grabbing a town center by now. He has no gold. Okay, he's building it. That's why he has no. He's building his first one. And should get his town center. Next one. Just rush both of them. Do a huge boom war and try to keep Domantas from getting on the second town center. The problem here though is that it doesn't have bolt for the Chiron, and Chiron will be able to do some damage. We have Ajax over here. He's tagging those units real quick, but hey, this is a part. Okay, I was gonna say ChungWu could. Yes, I think you do go 3 town center here. I definitely think you do. You make enough of an army to slow Domantas on his town center while you go straight 3 and then are able to stop him. But what we might end up having here is both players going just 2 town center and stay in on 2 town center all the way maybe to Mythic Age. And again, he needs to be... So the little trick you can do with walls, when they're connected, they'll share hit points for a certain amount. So he should attack this gate while he's attacking the wall, and then this gate will instantly go down to the 60 HP, which he's not doing that, so it just makes it a little easier to wall up. So we're going to have Ajax dead, the Hippocon here getting punched down. Okay, well, we almost have Ajax dead. And there he is. Oh, almost. 3 HP. There he goes. Picked off. Finally at the end. And yeah, he is grabbing a 3rd town center, which is going to be big, though. The difference in like 5 goats here on this map is actually pretty significant. We do have husbandry. ChungWu, because he's getting a 3rd town center, doesn't quite have the centaurs that we would like to see, and does not have pickaxe either. Needs to be careful. He actually does win this fight, being ChungWu, so he should just turn and fight this because he'll win it. And would like to pick off. There you go. You don't want to leave almost healthy or almost dead Hippocon that can get healed up by the restoration. And ChungWu is actually maybe going to do better this game than he did the first game. Though realistically, probably shouldn't. But if he learned from his mistakes the first game, he might be able to play this a little better. Which looks like he's grabbing that 3rd town center first, and then is keeping Domantas from getting his town center with a well-positioned scout that'll give him the line of sight. And need to see a little bit more army for ChungWu. She does. Hello, Swiss boy. Welcome, welcome. Ert, I just saw you. Hello, Ert. Long time no see. So 3 town centers to 2. Domantas, ooh, we can see has no food right now. Idle town centers. Watch out though, you're losing units here. Zeus should be doing hit and runs with these centaur. I mean, they're gonna insta kill a Hippocon. Insta kill. And Chiron is almost dead too. So yeah, I think ChungWu, this is going a lot better for old Chung than it did the first game, which is kind of crazy because the start for the first game was awesome. And ooh, these villies have chopped close enough to the trees now that ChungWu can pick some of them off down here, and oh, they run just in time. And we've got Chiron running down. He almost dead. You almost might as well delete him at that point and just rebuild him. And he's going to wall forward to get this gold mine safe. A lot of villies on wood. I like the multiple storehouses. I don't like the lack of plow. We need to get a plow here. And he's getting bowsaw too. Oh, this is a really fantastic fight for ChungWu. Ooh, Domantas is kind of getting shredded right now. I don't... Oh, but the centaurs, no, they're getting destroyed. Oh, they're all shooting at the heroes. That is not a good fight there. Not a good start. I mean, he could still win this because Chiron is almost dead. Just turn and fight. Kill Chiron. Kill him. Look at Ajax just running after him. Running after poor dude. Oh, this fight now not going good for ChungWu. No, he's kind of throwing it. You got the Hippocon on the Hippocon. The Hippocon need to be on the heroes. The centaurs need to be on the Hippocon here. Well, I want ChungWu to win this match so that we can get to a game 3. And this will mean that Domantas will be able to get this town center. And that is big because really Domantas should not be able to get that. Should not. He never should have been able to get this town center. He got the lion here. Even the lion is like, you know what, Domantas, you did a good job winning that fight. I'm just going to watch. I'm not going to attack like I normally do. So yeah, this town center is going to go up. We don't even have, I mean, he could be slowing it down here with these units, but to get this town center without having to use restoration is big. And now the Hippocon are going to come in, but could have stopped it. Could have stopped it. Domantas, ooh, look at this resource. This is, again, when you're looking at resources like this, where you can kind of see the difference in better players, is that just manage the economy very consistently. You got 1,600, 1,300 now, wood in the bank, no food. He still is in a better position, though. And should be able to clean this up because Chiron, and oh man, we're going to get a ton of free shots with these centaurs here. And Chiron, because Chiron's almost dead. And whew, yeah, that was not a good little foray by Domantas there. And he's going to have to fall back and probably build a couple more buildings here. Would like to see more aggressive walling from ChungWu. Once you get map control, take it. All this. Wall this. Wall, and then you've got all of that. It gives you time to respond. ChungWu is probably going to stay over here. He's really distracted by all of this, but could come this way. Double wall. And actually do some damage. No, this is going to be a close game. ChungWu's done better setting up his economy this game. We do have Domantas is aging up first. So that's because ChungWu overall, his macro is pretty far off. I mean, we're 20. I mean, if we just resort this a little bit, ChungWu could already be like halfway up to heroic already. And pushing all these units in and back, looking at economy upgrades. Domantas got everything he can afford. ChungWu is missing that second gold. He is starting to wall off the map, so that's good. Just more aggressive walls, though. And we have Apollo up. He needs to run out of here now. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't fight. Let's run. You're way too far behind. We've got medium hips. We got this unupgraded. ChungWu now floating 3,600 wood. Getting medium cavalry. There's the medium cav that just came in. This is still not a fight that I don't think ChungWu should be taking. Just run away. And yeah, you got to get on this wall here. We've got carpenters, quarry, irrigation, Domantas getting all of the economy upgrades. Running away. He did not finish this wall here, so we might kind of see the same thing as last game where maybe Domantas will just kind of run right through the middle and all of a sudden take control of the game. But we got the insta-kill with the Centaur here. We've got the upgraded walls with Hades, extra 150. We might even see a wall upgrade. 5 Town Center, age 4 Hephaestus. And ChungWu is just so far behind aging up because of his economy. I mean, look at this, 4,000 wood. Oh, like, he's collected so much more resources than Domantas has, but Domantas is ahead on the age ups just because of the macro. And it's just little things like that that can make a big difference. We got Achilles over here showed up. Domantas is getting his fortress, so that's pretty well secure. And we are trying to wall off. We do have it all walled except for here. So going forward, we have a ceasefire, we have a restoration, we got a couple of underworlds. ChungWu is up on score, but a lot of that is just resources in the bank, so it's kind of a fake score lead. And we're going to have these Hippocon coming forward on this gold mine here that will cause some trouble. Did see a few Billies knocked off down here, but not going to be able to kill this. I mean, we're at 4,200 hit points for that town center. But could catch this army out of position. But we got the push through here. Plenty vaults used. And not a good ceasefire. Just to save. He wouldn't even really have lost very many. And yeah, to wall that back off. Like, that's a very, you just run. It's not a big deal. You run these guys, you turn them into like wood villagers or something, and then all your other wood villagers you turn into gold. But he still has very few gold miners. Economy upgrades, he's getting them all. Domantas, I mean, we're still though got this eco difference here. Would like to have, see now the units can run away. If he would have walled them in, he probably could have killed a lot of them. And running, oh, I like this little split here. He might do an underworld, maybe, potentially, with these units. He might end up doing that. No, I don't think he's quite ready for an underworld. These two centaurs show up, shot at by the Manticore. Age 4 Hephaestus. We have Domantas getting all of his armory upgrades because he's got Forge of Olympus first. Woohoo! We can get the hoplites on these though. And again, we have ChungWu again, same as last game, is switching over to the late game hoplites. And we might be in for a bit of a longer game. Domantas really, because he's aged up, should be going aggressive. Which looks like that's what he's doing, because he's going to start getting all the armory upgrades before ChungWu does. So ChungWu kind of needs to prep for that and wall off pretty heavily, because he's going to start losing the fights here. Yeah, Heracles on the... Yeah, ChungWu should not have fought this. He should have fallen back through his walls, because he's just fighting at some pretty significant tech advantage. He ended up cleaning this up, though. Oh, that's a surprise. I guess in the end, all the myth units did enough damage, so don't mind me. Maybe it was right that he fought this, but yeah, this is plenty vault. Is he getting Forge of Olympus yet? No. Oh, he doesn't have the favor for it. That is big. That is big. So yeah, I think Domantas is going to push through here because he's probably going to be iron weapons before ChungWu starts even getting any. So ChungWu is going to have to fall back. We got some idle units down here from Domantas. But yeah, this is not going to go well. We've got the Toxotes on the... Oh, the Toxotes are all chasing after Bellerophon, though. Gets a jump in, and now we've got a restoration. It's actually a really nice restoration. It'll help these units all stay for a while. This fortress will end up going down. This can't quite get in range yet. Trying so hard to get in range. Chiron is slowly plunking away at all of these myth units, though. I think the myth units, some of them are firing at the... yeah, we've already got Burning Pitch. I don't know why you get Burning Pitch before your other ones. To help here. So, Domantas is taking the score lead just because he's winning this fight here. And we've got, oh, Perseus in on the Colossus. He falls over, gets turned into stone. Oh, we don't have a trade route coming. You'd like to get that started as soon as you age up. So Domantas has a trade route. Oh, his economy is a lot better. And don't quite have all the co-ops. We're missing the farm, which Domantas has. Armory upgrades. He's got second line and just copper for ChungWu, who I think does not have Forge of Olympus yet. No, he didn't, because he upgraded his Colossus instead. Gotta get those upgrades right away. Gotta get those armory upgrades. And Domantas, once the ball starts rolling, it's going to be hard to stop this. We can see Domantas is building on the left. Got some Gastrophades over here. And I don't think ChungWu is going to be able to defend both spots here. Well, Mr. I can't even pronounce your name, H. Flaturier. The reason it looks like he's better is because Hades, or at least early on, is because Zeus has the early advantage over Hades. Not to say that ChungWu is, you know, completely scuffed this game. I mean, he had some good moments early on in both games, but it's easier to play better when you're on the aggression, because then you can kind of dictate the course of the game. But once you stop dictating the game, then these two Gastrophedes have killed this fortress all by themselves. And that's gonna be it. Yeah, GG, just not quite quick enough on those age ups and the macro and such. So it's a lot of just the little things here that matter, that made a difference. Let's update the scorecard here really quick. Well, 2 games, ChungWu loses 2-0, but pretty interesting games though. So we'll give Domantas his second win. If you're looking for tourney information, it's all on Discord. Yeah, those were fun games. Those were fun games. But yeah, it's just early on, ChungWu was in a good spot. A little bit behind early on in Ville count because he was at 1 town center, but then kind of caught up when he was at 3. But the difference was to the macro, where we can see that ChungWu floating 4 grand in resources. So even though he's even in resource count all the way up through here, he's behind in aging up because of that macro. And he's behind aging up, gets him access to Plenty Vault later. I don't think he ever made a trade route as well, which that also hurt his economy. And then he fell behind the fighting later on because we have all iron courtesy of Forge of Olympus for Domantas, and then we only have copper weapons for ChungWu. So just a few little things here or there that can cause the make a difference. In the end, the kill-death ratio is pretty even. A lot of ChungWu's early wins were due to all of those centaurs, but yeah, this was another game ChungWu could have won. He could have stopped this town center, but just that fight there in the middle, he just didn't quite manage it right. And then town center goes up, and then Domantas, you can tell just overall the better player, just makes fewer mistakes. So, but that's it. That's the series. I do believe there is another series going on, which I will send you guys to. It should be Joe versus, oh, is it somebody? We'll find out who's streaming it. We'll send it over here. Blackadder's plays Joe versus Grand Monster. So that should be a fun game. So let's get you guys over to that game. Appreciate you guys watching. Fun little series, but we'll send you off to the big boys playing up in the Champions League. Joe versus Grandmaster. Those should be fun games. It looked like they're on Anatolia too for that first match, so that's always fun. I like Anatolia. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys all having a good time. Thanks for the follow, SKA Vinter. We will raid Blackadder Plays, and you guys can watch the best of 3 Joe versus Grand Monster. So let's get that ready to go. And that's it for me. I'm working the next couple days, so I won't be around. But I'll catch you guys on this weekend for some more Age of Mythology. You can never get enough. So that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys another time.